We are getting ready for our live. We'll wait another minute or so for more people to join in. Live at lunchtime. Because the equines are eating. That's right. All right, it is 1 o'clock. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for Live at Lunchtime.
That's right. Welcome again. We love seeing you. I'm Michelle.
I'm Alex.
And Kristen behind the camera.
Yes.
And we are with two beautiful bears today. Beautiful Zoe over here. I'll get her to look at the camera in a
Munching
minute.
away.
She's very happy
right
now.
It's lunchtime.
Exactly. And over in the other stall is Elinore.
Doing the
also
same.
Also a beauty. Just like Black Beauty, she has a beautiful star on her forehead. Right, Curly? Yeah, hi.
She's like, what are you doing here?
So we thought we'd share a little bit about these two. Mm-hmm. So Zoe, if any of you remember and have been to the sanctuary before, if you remember our beloved Dolly,
yes,
who passed away sadly in July, Dolly had 2 babies here. She has Gomez,
Mm-hmm.
who's in Newtown, but Zoe is also her offspring.
Yes.
And actually, it's very, it was special to me yesterday when I was really looking at Zoe's face, and it's almost like being with Dolly because she has her mama's face. Mm-hmm. So if you were a fan of Dolly and you're missing her, you might want to come visit her beautiful baby so you can keep part of Dolly with you. Right, Zoe?
Yeah. Munching away.
So that's Zoe. Zoe is about 20 years old. She's Dolly's offspring, and she's just a sweet girl. She really is. She's a sweet girl. She's a Percheron paint cross. Her mom was a Percheron, so that makes sense. And she lives in this pasture with her best friend Elinore. Elinore is 28 years old, and a little bit older, yeah. And at the time of Elinore's rescue, she was rescued from an Amish work farm. So she
in
was
Ohio,
Amish workforce.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's it for these 2 girls. And they're enjoying their life here at our sanctuary. They're happy and they're content. But we wanted to do this live for a special reason because when Alex and I are doing tours and on our open days, a lot of the times we get asked what question?
Where's the grass?
Where's
In fact,
the grass?
if we want a wide shot of their area, if you haven't been to the sanctuary in a while or ever, where is the grass?
That's right.
I thought horses lived on grass, people might be wondering.
That's right.
Many do.
Yep.
And many here at our sanctuary. Almost all of our pastures are grass, but we do have some areas that are grass-free, and that was intentional. The grass has been removed from this section, and there are other sections attached to the main barn where there is no grass, and also one other turnout area next door to here where 2 of our wild Mustangs are. And again, that is intentional.
It is. And I always tell people when I'm running a class, especially the kids, it's not because we're being mean to these horses.
No.
It's for a specific reason. It is intentional. And it's because they have metabolic diseases.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, yes, horses thrive on grass and grazing, and that's what they do, right? But there are some horses that are prone to metabolic diseases. Mm-hmm. Now, Zoe is one of them. Zoe has what you would call EMS, Equine Metabolic Syndrome. Mm-hmm. And to have that, you have to have 3 criteria. 1, you have to have laminitis, so she's probably had laminitis in the past. Obesity is the other one, and insulin resistance. So those three factors
come from EMS. Yeah,
come from EMS, right? So she has it's harder for her to lose weight, so she may struggle with obesity. Again, insulin resistance, it's kind of like diabetes for horses. You have to watch their diet, they have to have exercise. This is all important for horses who struggle with this. So these horses, all our horses here that have metabolic diseases, we monitor all our horses constantly. Right. All of them are checked. But these horses are especially monitored, and they get, they still, even though they don't eat grass, they get plenty of forage, which is what these horses need. They need forage, which is certain types of hay, not a lot of sugar content. They don't get high sugar, high carb grains, but they have plenty of the nutrients and the things that they need. So.
And the specific reason why the grass is removed and the reason that we have to limit their access compared to, again, all of our other grazers out here where they can eat as much grass as they please as they go about through their day is because grass is full of sugar. Sometimes of the year, even more so, like in the springtime, after that winter thaw, that snow that thaws and ice, the grass can get very sugary, and it's full of those natural sugars. Not great for horses that have trouble, with they have metabolic conditions. And so that's why we have to limit that intake for them. Again, why we take out the grass in this area and we intentionally, feed them specific diets. And so there are 3 horses here at the sanctuary that have EMS, Equine Metabolic Syndrome. One is Zoe, another is Hayden, one of our wild Mustangs, and the other is Millie, who lives out at the main barn. So those sections that we mentioned earlier where we have the grass removed from their paddock areas. And we do have a few equines that are at risk for developing, so we're keeping an eye on them. One is Elinore, Zoe's paddock mate here, so that's why she's here. And then another one is Kachina, who lives with Hayden. So again, we keep them together so we can just they get the same or similar diet because of their health conditions. And so it is something that our staff very much knows to keep an eye on and knows what to feed them. Because when it comes to treatment, diet changes is a big factor in it. Again, you remove the grass, and what do you feed them? Certain supplements and vitamins,
Lots of
with hay. Exactly.
Absolutely. And you should know,
Hi everyone, we are back. Sorry about the technical issues there.
Hopefully we won't have any more, but we'll be good to go. So where were we, Alex?
We were talking about diet.
That's right. So diet is especially important. Now, I do have a small treat in my hand. These are not regular treats. They are low in starch, low in sugar, and meant for these horses. So they cannot have a lot of them, but they still like some treats, so we give them double. But they are, of course, but they are low in starch, low in sugar. Well, I'm going to try to lure Miss Zoe out for a second so you can see a look at her beautiful face. Zoe, come here.
I'm going to hang out here with Eleanor and see if she's interested in joining at any point.
Come on. Come on. She doesn't want to take a break from her hay right now. She's very happy. Nice and cute. What do you think? She knows where they are. They're in my pocket. Yeah. And I don't know if you saw from before, but she did try to eat my pocket. Didn't you? Yeah. Yeah. Now look at her beautiful face. She's got a marking on her face that's all connected. She has a star, a stripe, and a snip. She's very special. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Good girl. Now, with these horses with EMS, they can be prone to getting laminitis, which is an inflammation. Hi. Yeah, see, she knows where they are. Which is an inflammation of the laminae of the hoof. It's the lining inside the hoof. Now, that's dangerous for plenty of reasons, but one of the reasons is that it can separate the hoof wall from the coffin bone or their toe that's inside their foot, which is not good. And it can cause a lot of pain. So we have to watch for that as well.
Yes.
But we take really good care of their feet, really good care of their diets, and hopefully they'll stay happy and healthy.
Give them plenty of space to exercise.
That's right.
That they can go around, because that's another part of treatment is exercise. Of course, that always depends on the specific horse and their age. Do they have other physical issues? But, you know, just access to exercise is also very important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And these horses get to go in and out as at will, so they can run around when they want to and do whatever they want to. They're not stuck in a stall other than for feeding, and that's it. That way they don't steal each other's food. But yeah, so this beautiful girl is going to keep munching on her hay. Let's head over to Elinore, because Elinore, like we said, she doesn't have EMS, but she does have Cushing's disease, which is another metabolic disease, also called PPID. And it's basically a dysfunction of the pituitary gland and hormones that regulate the way the body works. Right, girlie? Now, Eleanor's a little bit more hesitant and shy. So I'm going to go slow with her because she doesn't quite know me that well, but she's getting there. Here, Eleanor, you want a treat? Here, beauty girl. You want this?
I mean, if you say treats, that's one way to make friends,
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Offer some treats, offer some snacks.
How about a yummy
Oh,
little sugar
see,
treat?
that's
Yes,
the trick.
That's a good girl. That's a good girl.
You
Isn't
see
she
that beautiful star on her forehead?
I'll give you one more. You want to turn your body around, say hi to everybody? Come on, want to say hi to everybody? Come here. Come here. Come say hi. What a good girl. Yeah. Yeah, hi. Isn't she beautiful? They're both beautiful. Beautiful girls. Yes, you are. I don't have anything else. I'm sorry. She's like, fine, I'm going to go back to my hay. So, same thing with Cushing's. I'm just going to look at my notes real quick because I it's kind of brushing up on Cushing's disease a little bit. Now, metabolic diseases can happen to all horses. Some horses tend to be more prone to them. Mustangs being one of them, ponies, donkeys, some Morgans, Arabians. So some horses are just prone to these
They have
things.
that genetic predisposition.
They do. And, you know, Mustangs are especially prone. We talked about Hayden and Kachina, two of our Mustangs. Now they, you know, Kachina's on the watch, but Hayden has EMS. And, you know, Mustangs are prone to that. I love the way our equine care manager, Melissa, put it. She put it as the reason they're prone to it is because in the wild, as wild horses, they are constantly moving. And, you know, they don't get, obviously, as much movement if they're in captivity, right? So we give them as much movement as possible, but in the wild, their herds are constantly roaming. And they don't have as nutrient-dense food, so it's almost as if they're eating potato chips as compared to a nice, wonderful meal, nutritional meal. So when they're in captivity, we give them, of course, the best nutrients, the best possible thing we can get them. And sometimes, here's Zoe, hi! And Elinore, yay!
Shout out! Oh, she just sneezed all over me.
Hi, beauties. So yeah, so that I love the way that's put. That's, you know, they just get more nutrient dense food when they're in captivity, right? So we do the best we possibly can for our horses. Yeah, what a good girl. What a sweet girl. I know what you want. She says, "Where are those treats
Those
you have?"
treats. Where are my no sugar treats?
That's right. I know. I know you know where they are. You're very smart. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Hi. You gonna say hi? Huh? What are you doing? No. So yeah, are there any questions for us so far? No? No questions? Hi, babies. Yeah, I know. You know. I know. Yeah. I love when they do that. That's so cute. You're so cute. Pushy, but cute. There you go.
They know what they want.
They sure do. Of course they do.
Oh, Elinore.
Hi, Elinore. Elinore went to go get a drink. She was a little thirsty. Right? You were thirsty? Yeah. So let's see. What else can I share with you? So, early signs of Cushing's disease. Some things that you can watch out for. Early signs are, of course, with anything, is attitude change, energy levels, you know, change in their normal energy levels, decreased performance, delayed. This is actually a good one. Delayed hair shedding of the coat of their hair. So in the springtime, after they grow those big winter coats, if they have trouble shedding, you might want to get them checked out. Loss of their top line, which can also be associated with age. Advanced signs to look out for would be abnormal sweating. Laminitis, of course, dry eye, and ulcers of the eye. So not good. We don't want to see those things, right?
So we do have a question from Jane, and that is, if the diseases are not treated, can it lead to an early death?
That's a very good question. I'm not an expert when it comes to these diseases, but I would guess that, yeah, probably, because they're, especially with laminitis, it's damaging to the hoof, and it hinders their whole quality of life. So my guess would be yes.
Right. Horses, a risk with developing equine metabolic syndrome is also developing laminitis, which poses many risks, including that. So that's why it is important to monitor horses that have that predisposition to EMS.
Yep.
Those like Elinore that are at risk. And then, of course, those that then have EMS, to do what we can with treatment to just keep it at bay so that they don't develop any further more severe health conditions.
That's right. Very good question. Yeah. With any health issue with a horse, I think it's vital to take care of it right away, because those problems, often minor problems, can lead to major problems when it comes to equines. So you have to be really careful, right? Yeah, because your bodies are complicated. Yeah, complicated and sensitive.
And so this actually makes me think a lot of times. So we do have these open days. We have one coming up in November, Saturday, November 5th. And every time we have visitors coming to the sanctuary, we often get this question at least once, is can we feed the horses? Can guests feed the horses? And we always say, we ask that you don't feed them yourselves, because we have so many residents with different health conditions that require special diets. And we don't have the time in that moment to point out who can have this treat, well, who can have this treat but not that treat, or who can't have treats at all, because we have 81 equines. And this is an important thing. We would never want someone to, give the quote-unquote the wrong treat to someone like Zoe and Elinore, because some of our other equines could have that treat. And so that's why it's so important when we make that aware. We always ask if you want to bring treats like carrots or apples or some sort of horse treat that you can find in the store. We love having those, and we love passing them out, and we'll be able to pass them out to the horses, appropriately, because we would never want to give the wrong thing to our horses that have that special diet.
Yep, and especially, I feel, horses, any farm really, you shouldn't give any treats to any animal that you don't know without the caregiver's permission. Before that reason, because you don't know what special dietary needs and restrictions they have. And by the way, if anybody wanted to bring some sugar-free treats, we could use those also.
I can think of a few horses who would love those.
Definitely. But yeah, so that's why there's a method, and there's a method to our madness here. Yeah, so. All right, well, if we don't have any other questions, then I think we will say goodbye until next time.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, we hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about EMS and what that is, and metabolic diseases, and our beautiful horses. So,
Elinore,
all right, do we
have
have any questions? All right, well, Elinore, say goodbye to your audience. All right, everyone, until next time, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.